I would like to tell a little about the text, the Second Amendment, myth and meaning. Genre. The genre depends on where it was published. It could be both an essay and a feature article. The text is never directly telling us the author's own opinion, but it is stating facts from the Constitution and a former U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice. I'm in no doubt that the author is against gun, and I think that his or her opinion is a little too clear than it should be in an article. However, the texts both have a heading, a let, and middle headings, which would not normally occur in an essay. So the genre is kind of both, and it depends on where it was published. Rhetorical situation. The text is about the Second Amendment. It is telling us that the amendment is not giving the American people the right to bear arms in private. Then it tells us why it was written in the first place, and at last how we should use it today. It is partly the author who is the sender, but moreover, I also think that Warren Burger, the U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice, wants to help spreading the message, and because of that, he's also a sender. This is a message sent to all those who think that the NRA is right, and those who have trusted the NRA, the word of the NRA, even though they might have thought it was wrong to let Americans own guns in private. I do not know much about the Second Amendment, but I do know that the US is the country with most gun killings in the world, also when you measure it in percent of the whole population. So I think that the subject is in need of focus, and I think it's good that someone brings it up to debate. The aim is what the whole text is about. The author wants to tell as many as possible that the NRA is lying, or that they at least are interpreting the meaning of the Second Amendment. The text tries both to inform and persuade us. It is informing us that the Second Amendment really is what the Second Amendment really is about, and why the NRA is interpreting the meaning. But by informing us about this, the author also wants to persuade us that Americans should not be allowed to keep arms in private. The writer is using most logos as he or she is appealing to our reason, using a former U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice, and stating what a militia is according to a dictionary. He or she is also using a little pathos in the start, where the text says more Americans have been killed by guns between 1988 and 1991 than in battle during the Vietnam War. And moreover, it tells us that 105 people are killed by guns every day in the US, and 15 of these are either teenagers or children. The most essential argument is that the Constitution only gives the right to bear arms if they are well regulated by the militia, which they are not today. The second most essential argument is that the former U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice is saying that the Constitution only gives a limited right to bear arms, and he's one of the people in the world who should know most about this theme. I agree that the Americans have no right to wear arms in private home, in their private home, unless they are an FBI or CIA agent or something like that. If the amendment should give the Americans right to keep or bear arms in private, then it definitely never gave them the right to put bullets or buy bullets, to put bullets in their guns or buy bullets. All that it is interpreting from the NRA, all that is interpreted by the NRA.